Hi guys, it's Justin Church and I'm back to make another video. Today's video is my Elvis Presley vinyl collection. Now I had done this a couple months back, but I got copyright because I had music playing. So I'm going to redo it. I actually had the video up for a couple weeks and I got one view and I deleted it. Well, actually it's on private. I might re-upload it at some other point in time on another site or something. I don't know. But right now it's on private. And this collection is a little bigger than it was then. So I'm just going to redo it. I'm going to show what I have as of today, February 28th, 2019. I may show 45, depends on how long it takes to get through the LPs, the 33 1/3, which is the most important. And also I might show my 78 too. Like I said, depends. If not, there'll be a separate video for the 45s and the 78. So let's get started with 1956's self-titled debut album. This is the 2008 Sony Legacy reissue. See, Legacy. This is on 180 gram vinyl, I believe. Maybe it's 150. I don't really know. It's not as thick as 180 gram, but it's not super duper thin like the older records are. See, it's a 70s RCA label. Classic album. This is honestly one of my all-time favorite Elvis albums. Yeah, I rank it at number 3 actually. My studio albums list, number 3 on the list. I love this album. Alright. Next up on the list we have Elvis, 1956 also. This is an original pressing, or also known as Rock and Roll Volume 2 in other countries. And you got this ad, it's got the advertisement. Every record I'm not going to be taking out the sleeve and showing the label, because this video will run forever. I have a lot of Elvis vinyl. Not as much as Kiss, but pretty close. Alright, let's see, where did I put my little holder here. It's a cracked DVD I received cracked in the mail. I'm just using it as a holder. See? This is what I'm using to hold the place. See, it's all cracked. See? Completely. I received it like this. I got a refund, don't worry. I kept it though. Alright, next up is I don't have Loving You, so dun, 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 dun. Elvis's Christmas album, 1957. This is the original LOC 1035 Holy Grail vinyl version. See, got the gold writing on the spine. The vinyl is in really nice shape. The booklet is in practically pristine shape. There's only one page that had like a huge crease in it, but other than that, this is in really nice condition for the age and the rarity. And I paid like 30 bucks for this, so I'm happy to have this. And let me see. Here's another copy of the original LOC 1035 pressing from 1957. See, the spine is pretty destroyed. The vinyl, it's alright. It's a lot of noise though. And for people who have been actually following this channel, you know that this page right here got wrecked by a piece of tape. I did trying to fix the top up here, and I unfortunately taped the page. So that's why I got the upgrade, because that was finally it. Because this one's been falling apart for some time. but it took the page getting taped to finally make me upgrade. Here's another copy. This is not an original though. This is the new Friday Music 180 gram vinyl reissue. And this one I'll show in the book. I'll show the book in because the spine won't be at risk of falling apart. Like the other ones. Here, I'll just show it like this. You can see probably. Like me and the good copy, the VG Plus copy, spine isn't at risk of falling apart, but if I hold it like this, it might. And the other one will just completely come apart. So I didn't want to show it. I just showed that one page. This is my all-time favorite Christmas album, by the way. This particular version and this repackage, I like the track listing a lot too. Like I love the way they track list it. I have some later Christmas albums which I'll show when I get to that point, but I prefer this track listing over that one. See, it's in this clear sleeve, and it's on a 180 gram vinyl, repressed by Friday Music back in 2012. This was my first copy of this version I received on vinyl. I have a CD from 1984. It was during the 50th anniversary. That was the first way I could get to look at it in this particular way. This particular packaging. It came with the booklet and the cover like this and the back cover like that and the original track listing. But then I got this for Christmas back in 2017. And then last August I got my first copy, which is the one that's falling apart. And in November, I got my upgrade copy. Alright. Alright, yeah. Alright, next up on the list is, if I can find it, here it is. Elvis's Golden Records. This is a 1977 electronic stereo reissue, which I'm going to be honest with you, I prefer these copies over the original mono. I don't know why, I just prefer the way they sound. Nothing against the mono copies, just these are better. You can see it's got the sleeve. And that Stanley's label. Find. Is this it? Yep, here it is. Here's a super nice condition copy of the original with the blue lettering. There is some, like right here, there's a split seam. Decent condition though. And of course it's on the dog label, This is an original first press. Really nice condition. I mean, not perfect, but decent enough for what we paid for it. Probably like VG plus, or G plus, or maybe even VG minus. Not near mid, but VG. Definitely a VG one. Here's another original copy with the blue lettering. Very, very beat up. See, this is the spine right here. This is coming completely undone. See, it's completely split. I retaped the top back, but you can see it's still split When I received this, it was split completely in half, so I taped it. And the tape is turning yellow or brown. I've had this for about 3 years now. And the vinyl is warped. Doesn't affect the play too bad, but this one plays nice too, but the other one's much better. Alright. King Creole movie soundtrack, 1977. Electronic stereo reissue. So it's got the same inner sleeve as the Golden Records. Ugh. It's getting stuck. Alright, there we go. Alright, here's an original King Creole. It's got a name written on it. See? The dog label. Oh, I had another copy of Golden Records right here. Durr. I mean, I thought I had another copy. I do. This, oh, I want to split more. This is the 1985 50th anniversary reissue. Can't believe I forgot this. There's so many vinyls here that sometimes you just tend to forget what you got. Alright, here's a 1958 LPM 1951 reissue of Elvis's Christmas album. This is the original version of this. So it's got the photos from him going into the army on the back. And the label. They've got a few copies of this. So I'm going to show those now. They're later copies, but here's a 1964 stereo electronically reprocessed reissue of this. Really nice condition. This is like probably near mint. This is in beautiful condition. I was stoked when I found this for like $10 a couple months ago. Actually, I went to see Bohemian Rhapsody, and then I went to a record store after, and I found this for $10. I couldn't believe it. Like, wow, what a great day. Vinyl's like mint condition. And the reason I was excited about that, beyond, you know, the condition, I found that copy because I got to upgrade, because I have this other copy right here. Not in that great a shape. The vinyl sounds like trash. Very crackly, very poppy. I've tried cleaning it. I played it wet a couple times. Nothing would work. So I'm just like, I needed a new copy. But I like this inner sleeve a lot, though. This is pretty cool. Has the this is the wrong sleeve, I know, but it's got movie soundtracks. This is a 67 sleeve. See, it's got Clam Bake, Double Trouble, a bunch of other records on here that were put out after the fact of this one. I used to think this was 68, but it's not. There is a 68 reissue on the orange label, which is very scarce. I do not have it, unfortunately. I'd love to get it someday, but it's not in my collection at this particular moment. Alright. Next up, we skip for LP fans only because I don't own the vinyl. I own the CD. I don't own the vinyl. But we go to A Date with Elvis. 1977 electronic stereo reissue. And I gotta fix this cover. See, it's completely split at the top. I tried gluing it, but the glue just didn't hold. Get it out. Here's an original copy of A Date with Elvis with the hype sticker. Pretty nice shape. The vinyl plays through really good. Unfortunately, I gotta try to fix this up too because look, the cover split. And it comes with the original RCA sleeve. Or at least an older, I don't know if this is the original one from it, but it talks about stereophonic records and how living stereo. And it comes with the 1960 calendar, and it's got the date that Elvis comes home, circled in red. The spine is a little split though. And then of course it's the gatefold copy where it opens up to this. Next up is 50 Million Elvis Fans Can't Be Wrong, Elvis's Golden Records, Volume 2, on the Magic Millions thing. This is an original from 1959. Not in perfect condition, but it's pretty good. Vinyls make some noise. I got this at a flea market about 3 years ago for like $6. I didn't own it at the time, so whatever. Alright. Wait, I did that wrong. Alright, there you go. Alright, I'm not sure which one comes up next. I think it's this one. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Ugh. I don't have Elvis's back on vinyl, unfortunately. I'd really love to get that one. That is one of my favorite Elvis albums. But anyways, next up is G.I. Blues movie soundtrack. This is a 68 or maybe even a 1971. I'm not even sure what year this one's from. This is a later reissue though, in stereo. Probably a 71 because look, it's got stuff from 71 on the sleeve. It's on the orange RCA label. Alright. And then when I can find it. Here's an original mono 1960 copy of G.I. Blues. Very beat up condition. Wow, we've already been going for 19 minutes. Wow. This video might be split into 2 parts. See, I got this at a flea market about a year ago. Vinyl's very noisy. It's all, the cover's all duct taped and yeah, beat up. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have picked this up, except I didn't own a copy at the time. This was the first copy of it I got, so I'm like, you know, it'll probably play through perfectly. It did, it's just very noisy. Alright, next up. An original 1960 copy of His Hand in Mine. This is the mono copy. I just got this last Monday to be exact. It's in very nice condition. No, it's the wrong sleeve though. It's this 64 inner sleeve. But the vinyl's in like beautiful condition. It's over here. I have my finger on it. And I'm like, where is it? Here's a 1976 reissue of His Hand in Mine with a completely different cover. It's in the shrink, as you can see. It's on one side is a yellow, then the other side is orange. This, by the way, is my all-time favorite Elvis album ever. I love this record. Something about it I just really, really love. Can't explain it, but I just love that album a lot. Here we go. Next up is a 1980 reissue on Best Buy series of Elvis Blue Hawaii movie soundtrack. I love this soundtrack. Honestly, the first time I heard it though, I really wasn't that keen on it, but then I gave it a couple more chances and I actually really like this album now. I got the CD for it when I was on vacation in Pennsylvania back in July. I bought the CD at a Barnes & Noble. Alright, I think that's the only 61 album. Right? I'm just looking to make sure I'm not skipping anything. Nope, guess not. Right. I haven't skipped anything yet. Alright, now we move to 1963 with Elvis's Golden Records Volume 3. This is a 71 reissue. It's on well, maybe it's a 68. I don't even know what year. It's like on a tan label. Some Elvis vinyl geek like me, but maybe a little better than me, would know what year this is. So if you know what year this copy is from, let me know in the comments. I'd like to know what year this is from. It's at the end of that GI Blues too that I have. Is that 68 or 71? And this one is 68 or 71. Got this at a flea market back in August for like $3. Destroying that sleeve. Alright. Got it. Next up we move to 1965 with, if I can get it, give me a second, the shrink wrap wants to try to come off like this. Of course, we don't want that happening. Is 1965's Elvis for Everyone in the shrink. This is a 1977 reissue. So it's got this. These are the best copies to pick up. I love these copies. Just in general, I really like these copies more. Just sound really good. Even the ones that aren't in electronic stereo. I just really like these copies a lot, and I'm trying to collect them all, along with the originals, of course. I'm trying not to destroy the shrink wrap, so this is going to take a second. I may have to leave this one out and do it later. If it comes to that case, then I'll just do it. I'd rather, you know, take the time I need to do it without destroying the shrink. Because that's the original shrink wrap from 1977, and I don't want it getting destroyed. I put the wrong thing in there. From the looks of it, I'm probably not going to be showing my 45s. We're already about 26 minutes in, and I still have a long way to go. So, I'm thinking probably no 45s on this video. Next up is 1967's How Great Thou Art, 1977 reissue. See, got that same sleeve again. I think that's the end of the 60s albums. I know I don't have any. I'm thinking. Yeah, that's the end of the 1960s. The rest of the stuff is from the 70s or the 2000s. I don't have anything from the 80s or 90s on vinyl. Wait, did I say? No, I do have something from the 80s. Never mind. Durr. Sorry, getting. Ugh. Alright. Next up, we go with 1970. Almost in Love. This is a 76 Pickwick reissue. It's in the shrink. Here, I'll show you that it's. See? Pickwick. Next up is also a record from 1970. Elvis Sings Christmas Songs, Elvis's Christmas album. This is the one that I was talking about. I don't like the track listing as much on this one. Though I do have a very nostalgic feeling for this album, because this is how I was introduced to Elvis's Christmas album, was in this version with this track listing, but actually it was it's Christmas Time CD, but it's the same thing as this. And this was my first Elvis vinyl record I have ever got. I got it for a Christmas present back in 2013. It's got the shrink. And it's on the RCA Camden Blue label. And if I can get it, I have a 1976 Pickwick reissue of that album. It too is in the shrink. See, Pickwick. Next up on my list is, no, that's not, oh, here it is. 1971's You'll Never Walk Alone. This is a Pickwick reissue. It's got this same sleeve as that His Hand in Mine. Both for these records are both wrong. See? I got this also in Pennsylvania at an antique store that was about 2 minutes away from the hotel I was staying at. Alright, I need a second now. Alright, that's stuck in between those. Put some Elvis 45s back in there. Those, like I said, those are probably just going to be on its own separate video. Alright, here we go. Here's 1971's The Wonderful World of Christmas. So this is a 76 reissue. You see the version of His Hand in Mine on the back, and it's got that yellowy orange label. I'm trying to pick up the pace now because now we're at 31 minutes. We've been going a long time, and I still got a little ways to go. This might cut into part 2. Hope it doesn't, but it probably will. Alright. Next up is 1974's Worldwide Gold Award Hits Parts 1 and 2. This is a double LP set. Still in the shrink. Got this at a flea market about 2 years ago. Uh-oh. That ain't good. Alright. Shrink is tearing a little bit up here at the top. See? Gotta be careful putting this one away then. So the shrink won't tear. Alright. Now we go to $1975's Pure Gold in the shrink. I had to take this down, so see, it's in the shrink. Same orange yellowish label. Right here. Now we're at 1975's Today. Now we go to 1977's Moody Blue on kind of see it, blue vinyl. Alright, that's it for his life albums. The albums I put out during his life. This next one was put out after he died. Ugh, if I can get it. Ugh. Huge. The Elvis Presley Story 5 LP box set in mono. See? 5 LPs. If you look behind me, you can see I got it on 8-track up on the shelf there. That was 1977, and so is this album right here, Elvis in Concert. This is the final NBC, or no, CBS TV special with additional songs. It's a double LP set, it's a gatefold, and it's got this sleeve. Next on the list, we've got (1978) A Canadian Tribute on yellow vinyl. Alright, these next few albums should only take me like about a minute or two. I've only got a couple left. Alright. Where is it? Alright, next, now we're done with the 70s releases and we're going into the 80s. We skip from 78 all the way to 1985 with A Valentine Gift for You on a special red vinyl and on the Elvis 50th anniversary label. Oh wait, oh my god, I forgot something from the 70s I do have. I can't believe it. A legendary performer